Okay, hi, and welcome back to Trend Watch 777. Came upon this video by Willie D live. I love Willie D. He's my type of person, but it's the title that caught me. Is what are they hiding? Let me go back over here and see. So the title of his video that caught my attention was Mitch McConnell rumored to be dead. So before we go over there and watch the video, I Googled it. I Google a lot of things. And the short answer to that is no. As of the latest verified reporting, Mitch McConnell is not dead. He has been hospitalized since June 14th, 2026 for an undisclosed medical issue, and his office says he is receiving excellent care and continuing to work with staff while recovering. Okay, so what's actually known right now? Well, he's alive, but still hospitalized. As of the most recent report, is June the 22nd to the 23rd, 2026. His office have not disclosed the reason for the hospitalization. He is not voting in the Senate this week and remains absent from floor activity. He has had multiple health issues in recent years, including falls, a concussion, and earlier hospitalization for flu-like symptoms. Why the rumor started, his condition has been kept unusually private, which has fueled speculation online. Social media posts and commentary, including the LGBTQ plus outlets and TikTok creators. Leave it to TikTok. I should go over there and see what they're saying over there. I haven't been on TikTok in quite a while. Amplified the uncertainty after news broke that he had been hospitalized and no details was released. So the bottom line is there's no credible reporting that Mitch McConnell has died. There is credible reporting that he is hospitalized, recovering, and not currently participating in Senate votes. Before acting on political rumors, always double check with a trusted news source. Well, it's not too many of those trusted news sources around, if you know what I mean. Not with this current administration. So now we're going to go over here and check out Willie D's video and see what he has to say. I can just imagine. Shout out to Willie D for making this video. Willie D Live.
Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Rumors are running rampant that Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is dead. You don't say. This is heartbreaking. You don't say. The people of Kentucky need answers. Yeah, fam. Mitch McConnell is 84 years old. Allegedly, he's being treated at an undisclosed hospital for undisclosed reasons. And that's kind of weird. And they say, his people say that he's doing well. They say he's doing well. That's interesting to me. We don't know what his condition is. We don't know where he is. We don't even know if he's alive. And yet they're telling us that everything's okay. And he's, by the way, not voting right now. But I find this strange, because I thought I saw Mitch the other day at the zoo. Yeah, I thought I saw him. Doesn't that look like Mitch McConnell? Let's try to let's do this again. Let's take a look at this. Yeah. That's Mitch. I'm pretty sure that was Mitch. I'm pretty sure that was Mitch. But, for the sake of argument, let's go with the fact that people are saying that Mitch is out of pocket for the last 10 days in a row. He's been out of pocket. Nobody's seen him. There is questions about whether he's alive or not. And the suspicion is that the Republicans are trying to keep his death under wraps so that the Democrats cannot replace him before the midterms.
Oh my
If
God.
his seat stays available until the midterms, the way that it has been explained to me is that the Republicans can maintain control of his position, the position that he had. If he's dead right now, the Democrats can come in and appoint a replacement, which will likely be a Democrat, right? Now, I think this is sad for Mitch.
That'll be diabolical. Now that oh my God, I would not put it past this administration to try to pull something like that. Either that, or they can get like a lookalike, somebody that's disguised as him to portray him, in a sense. Hey, I would not put it past certain people in this administration that will try to pull something off like that.
And his family, because by all accounts, Mitch McConnell has lived a good life. He's lived a righteous life. He's done right by all Americans, black, white, rich, poor, Yeah, he's done right by all Americans. So I don't know why people are just talking about that they like to see him go to the upper room.
I'm not going to say it. I'm gonna be good. I'm not going to say it.
Mitch McConnell has been a horrible human being. I mean, horrible. He's done Donald Trump's bidding. He has not been his own man for a long time, even before he started just freezing up. Because every time he goes out in the public now, he freezes up. They'll have him making a statement, then he freezes up, and then they have to walk out. He can never get through a statement. He's only 84 years old. I thought Mitch McConnell was at least 184 years old. That is an old fossil. Man, that dude look old. I mean, he looked tore up. I'm talking about tore up from the floor. Tore up from the floor up. Now, I know some of y'all ain't gonna like what I'm saying. I get it. I understand it. You're not gonna like what I'm saying. But the only reason why you don't like what I'm saying is because you don't like me. You don't like the skin color. That's the only reason why you don't like what I'm saying. Yeah. But I got to call a strike and a ball, fam. Yeah, Mitch McConnell is not a good person. So I want to direct your attention to this article that supports term limits, because Mitch McConnell should have been gone. He's been in office since 2001.
Oh my God.
2001, 25 years. Wow. He's been holding the position for the last several years. He's been a ghost. He don't even know what he's voting on. He don't even know where he is. He's been freezing up, blacking out, falling down. So that's why
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, if you pay like attention and look into his eyes, it doesn't look like he's all the way cognitively, there and really alert about what's going on. I mean, he is up in age, and I just do. It should be a limit at how long they can serve on the Senate like that, because when you get up in age, it just you're not a young man anymore. Things change. I mean, it just doesn't make no sense how long they just hold office like that. It's just like the Walking Dead coming in the office every day and really not aware of what's going on.
he's in the hospital now. He recently fell down, and now, they got him allegedly being cared for at an undisclosed location. I don't believe him. I think it's a very good chance that he could be dead. I think it's a good chance that he could be dead. In any event, let's get into this article. High Court rules unanimously that lawmakers brazenly exceeded authority in attempt to overrule the will of the people. In a monumental victory for grassroots accountability and citizen-led democracy, the North Dakota Supreme Court has unanimously blocked a deceptive legislative attempt to gut the state's voter-approved lawmaker term limits. The High Court's decisive ruling orders the Secretary of State to completely remove Constitutional Measure 1, formerly Senate Concurrent Resolution 4008, from the upcoming November 2026 general election ballot, declaring the legislature's actions void ab initio, which means void from the very beginning. In the unanimous opinion authored by Chief Justice Lisa Fair McEvers, the court dismantled the Legislative Assembly's efforts to bypass the state constitution. The ruling permanently protects Article 15, the citizen-led initiative passed by North Dakota voters in 2022 that established a strict 8-year cumulative service limit per chamber. Crucially, the 2022 law included a safeguard explicitly stripping career politicians of the power to alter or appeal these term limits, reserving that right solely to the people via citizen-led initiative petitions. U.S. Term Limits, otherwise known as USTL, the nation's leading advocate for term limits, applauded the ruling as a massive triumph for the rule of law and a stern warning to self-serving politicians nationwide. This is a historic victory for voters of North Dakota who made their voices crystal clear in 2022, said Philip Blumel, president of U.S. Term Limits. The legislature's arrogant attempt to claw back power and rewrite the rules for themselves was a blatant insult to the electorate. The Supreme Court saw right through their desperate, meritless legal arguments and rightfully declared that notwithstanding means exactly what it says. Politicians do not get to overrule the people.
We know what that was about.
I ain't got no problem with that. Y'all want to see me imitate Mitch McConnell?
Is the video on pause or something? What, did he freeze?
Damn him, fam. The dude he caused a lot of damage. Don't be trying to get all sentimental now, man, now that he old and about to go. No,
my
man,
God,
you get
he's
what
silly.
you get, man.
He's so silly. That's why I love him. He's just so silly. I thought that, that the video was frozen.
Yeah, however you live it, man, that's how we get it. Yeah. You preach your eulogy. You preach your eulogy. That's just what it is, man. This dude has caused a lot of harm. Talk about self-serving. Absolutely, I am with these term limits. These people, I say 2 terms, 8 years max, no matter what your age is. But let me back up. That should be a cutoff age. That should be, I think that the cutoff age should probably be about, I would say, maybe 70. I'd say 70 should be the cutoff.
Yeah.
Some people say younger than that. But I'd say
Yeah, I agree. Maybe perhaps between 65 and 70. But these days, people are living longer and are healthier, and you can't even tell that they're their age. Like I'm going to be 60 in October, and so I have my right frame of, and I'm in my right frame of mind and know what's going on. So that's kind of hard to determine, just solely based on a person's age, because Mitch McConnell, he was born, I guess, in a different era where people was born, and then when they get older, they just naturally look old. They have that old gene. I don't know. People that was just born at a certain time, they just seem to have this old gene. They just look old, and they, but then that's kind of hard to determine if you just want to base determination on age.
70 should be the cutoff. Some people say it should be the retirement age, like most people retire when they're 65. So let's just say it's 65. So that means that if you want to run, you cannot be seated. You cannot be seated outside of the 8 years. So in other words, we're inside of the 8 years. So that means that if you're elected, you have to, let's say you're elected, I don't know, in the year 2030, and you're, let's say 60, if you're 60 years old, well, you can only serve one term. You cannot serve two terms. You can't serve two terms. You can only serve one term. That's your bad. If you run for an office at 60 years old, I say allow that person to be seated, but when that person gets to be 61, somebody else, when that person gets to be, get to 65, somebody else got to step in and take that seat. So they got to figure out how they want to do that. But I say term limits today, term limits tomorrow, term limits forever. Because once a person get in and they know they have their constituents, all they got to do is rinse and repeat. It's so many do-nothing politicians in state to state to state to state to state. I mean, they do nothing, but they know how to go around and grease the right palms, make sure that they pass the right.
And don't want no new blood in there. It's just like it's old and old, full of cobwebs, and that's why I believe so many of the laws really don't change or have a chance of changing, because you have the same people in there. Let me fix my camera. You have the same people in there with the same mindset. So it just
laws, they make sure that certain people are included always, and then that way the big PACs and stuff make sure that they're always funded, and they win. The majority of people out here, the majority of Americans, we are professional complainers. We don't do anything about it. Once we elect these people in, once we get them in, we don't push them out if they don't do what they say they're going to do. We don't push them out. They have to be held accountable. So we don't know how to do that. We're just bad at holding people accountable. Once they get in, we just get familiar with them, and then we go to the polls and we just vote for them instead of like kicking them smooth out like some of these Republicans have started doing. But the trip part about the Republicans is that even though they get abused and they get mistreated also, They don't do anything to change the trajectory of their life either. They don't do anything to get rid of those politicians. Because a lot of times we talk about how black people are loyal to the Democratic Party and we don't get anything from the Democratic Party. That is true. Well, poor white people don't get anything from the Republican Party either. And Latinos damn sure don't get anything from the Republican Party, and the Asians don't care because they're the least voting group, and they got the highest rate of income. Figure that out. They call that group economics. That's what it is. But yeah, fam, Mitch McConnell got to go. He should have been gone.
He should have been
84
gone.
years old. It's not just that he's 84, because I know a few people that's 84 that's sharp. It's not.
All right, I definitely agree with him on that. So again, shout out to Willie D Live for his video. I do want to head over here if I can find something on TikTok. Like I said, I haven't even been over here on TikTok in a while. I haven't been doing my TikTok Tuesdays. I'm gonna get back to that. I don't. Let me find what I'm looking for. Let me see what they're saying. Mitch McConnell. Alrighty. And I'm just going to go. Okay, so here's top likes. So I'm going to go. Okay, so here he is. Okay, David Parkman. I see him. So I'm just going to go through some of these videos over here. And let me see. Where's the volume at? How do you... It's on mute. Oh, I see. Okay. Let me stop it from playing. I have no idea what this person right here is saying. I'm trying to take it off of mute. And let's go over here. Who's this? Hey, is Lorena. Okay, she's the one. Lorena is the one who made the video 4 days ago. Okay, let's see what she's saying here. I hope it doesn't have music on it. If we have music on it, I'm going to move on.
Dead, and they're just not going to tell us because they don't want Andy Beshear to put a Democrat in his place until they can do a special election. We're all in agreement on that. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's a fact, right? The man is dead.
McConnell has been hospitalized for 2 weeks now, and people are speculating that he's on his way out, which is not surprising given his age. And this is just another reminder that we need to have age limits and we need to have term limits. There is no reason why we have an age limit of when you can serve in office, but not an age limit for when you need to end your career in politics. I don't believe any 80-plus-year-old, yes, that includes Bernie Sanders, should be making decisions for the future of this country because most of these policies will never actually impact their life. With that in mind, what age do you think that people should have to end their career in politics? I would probably say maybe 65, maybe 60. That way that person probably still has at least 20 to 40 more years of their life that they're going to be affected by these policies, not, 10 to 5 years left of their life that they're actually going to be impacted. I also am interested to see what exactly is going on. What it looks like to me is that he may not be returning, and we likely won't have any information about what has transpired until he's simply no longer here and they announce that his death has occurred and what caused it. Well, what do you guys think? Do you think Mitch McConnell's out of there? And who would you want to see replace him?
What's up, family? Rumors are running rampant that Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell.
Okay, we just saw his video. I didn't know he was on TikTok. I didn't know he was on TikTok.
Is Senate
as well.
Majority Leader Mitch McConnell alive right now? Oh boy. Speculation is running rampant. Many of you wrote into me about this yesterday. 84-year-old Republican Senator Mitch McConnell has been in an undisclosed hospital for undisclosed reasons for 10 days now. His office has put out statements saying he's recovering and he's getting excellent care. But we have no idea what condition he's getting care for. His office did confirm yesterday that Mitch McConnell will continue not voting in the Senate this week. And the claims of his recovery are really weird when they won't tell us what condition he's recovering from. This is, of course, not his first hospitalization this year. He was hospitalized some months ago for what I think was a flu-like illness. And they won't even tell us what hospital he's in. Undisclosed hospital, treated for an undisclosed condition after falling badly and having a number of these freezes in public while he was speaking. No explanation was really given for that either. Now, Mitch McConnell has already said he's not running for re-election, and now people are speculating he has died, and it has been covered up. Now, let me talk about a few angles on this. There have been people claiming this is a cover-up in the death of Mitch McConnell. Now, you might say, why would they cover it up? The reason that some are writing to me is, David, they're covering up Mitch McConnell's death because they know that Andy Beshear, who is the Democratic governor of Kentucky, would appoint a Democrat to replace Mitch McConnell if Mitch McConnell died. That's the speculation. There is a little problem with that theory, which is that Kentucky doesn't do gubernatorial appointments. Kentucky is one of the few states that would immediately set up a special election. And so the legislature isn't involved in replacing senators. The governor is not involved in replacing senators. The way it works is candidates would get on the ballot. There's a bipartisan.
So that dispels that little conspiracy theory there.
Process. They've got to get 1,000 signatures. Then they do an election. It's a primary-like system. If a candidate wins 50% of the vote, they get the seat. If nobody gets 50% of the vote, the top two have a runoff 70 days later. So the point is, it can't be that they are covering up Mitch McConnell's death to avoid Beshear appointing a Democrat, because Beshear would not get to appoint a Democrat. Now, what do I think is going on? I have no idea. We have this kind of broader gerontocracy in the United States, a government by the elderly. And I think we also have a transparency issue. I think these really are the two stories. Whatever is happening with Mitch McConnell, there's this basic transparency problem where one of the most powerful people in the federal government can disappear for 10 days. We don't know where he is or why he's in the hospital. It's not even really about just Mitch McConnell. We've had questions about the health and capacity of aging Democrats and Republicans, presidents, senators, representatives, judges. It's a system that keeps reinforcing the status quo without giving us a real opportunity to talk about this. Now, I don't know that I even have to mention this, but I will. With age comes experience. This is not like an ageist crazy thing of get anybody older than me out of government.
Right.
We just do have objectively a gerontocracy where even accounting for age bringing experience, he has a valid point here, and that's definitely true. Yeah. Median age of our federal elected officials doesn't even come close to being representative of the median age of adults in the United States. I know if you average in 2-year-olds, but I'm talking about just adults here. There is a difference between age and fitness is the other thing. We interviewed Robert Reich last week, and he sort of joked, listen, I'm 10 days younger than Trump. And even I don't think I should be president. People just slow down at 80, whatever. Even still, though, there is a significant difference between someone like Mitch McConnell and Donald Trump on the one hand, and on the other hand, folks like Robert Reich and Bernie Sanders. So I think the real question is, are we getting information about the health of officials who are making decisions so that we can then consider that information in how we vote? Because we have a political system that concentrates power in a very small number of individuals. They stay in office for decades. And suddenly when one of those people is unable to do their duties or they're gone, the public suddenly discovers, man, there's not really a lot of contingency planning here. There's not a lot of enforced transparency. And the US is now routinely putting voters in a position where we have to choose between leaders who would have been well beyond traditional retirement age a generation ago. So listen, is Mitch McConnell alive?
Wow,
I have no
a
idea.
generation ago.
I think the broader story is so much of American government depends on this small group of elderly folks whose
right.
health status is a matter of national importance and is not being dealt with any level of transparency. What do you think? Is Mitch alive? Is he dead? What's going on?
I agree so much of what he said, so I'm going to end it there. And that was David Parkman's show. He's also on YouTube, so you can go over there and go on YouTube and subscribe to his channel as well. And so that's it. It's nothing really too much more to add to that, but I think they need to consider some kind of retirement age or exit plan or something, because not only that, and they're elderly, so they was born entirely in a different genre, a different generation, and their generations are like totally different from today's generations and today's society. You know, we in the AI era, and they're back with rotary dial telephones. You know what I'm saying? Just just the two. It's just like even if they're older, do they mentally expand to accept the changing times? I mean, or do they just stay stuck in that one era? And we as a nation, we're really not growing. Because we got the same people when they're with the same mindset, and they just don't see, probably can't relate to, the generations and things like that. And then they have fear of accepting new things or trying out new things and new experiences. When you come out and you speak your mind and tell you and show what's going and speak about what's going on in society, all of a sudden get woke. They can't handle it. So but that's it, and I will see you in my next video, and y'all stay blessed. All right, see y'all later.